Good afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV, Baba Bagide Imo TV. I am Rrør Rabila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the national news. Buhari northern governors encouraging crimes by pardoning terrorist bandits, southeast stakeholders. Osun hunters vow to rid forest of bandits. Killers of Ekiti, NSCDC officer demands 30 million naira for captives. Kaduna parents vow not to allow their children resume school. And on sports, Golden Girl Amuson wins Berlin meets. Now the news in detail. Stakeholders in the southeast have called on President Muhammadu Buhari and governors to treat bandits and terrorists and their sponsors as enemies of the state and stop granting them pardons. The stakeholders made the call in a survey on the consequences of granting pardons to terrorists and bandits, as well as not exposing their sponsors. They asserted that terrorists and bandits had killed many innocent citizens and destroyed private and public facilities. In Anambra, a rights activist, Vincent Ezekweme, said Mr. Buhari and the governors should stop pardoning terrorists and bandits, as they had caused many nightmares, killed innocent Nigerians, and wasted property worth millions and billions of naira. Mr. Ezekweme said further he granted them pardon while their leaders and their sponsors are not ready to surrender to the government. If you pardon them, how are you sure that when they are joining the larger society, they will be responsible citizens? They have killed and unleashed havoc on the citizens, so the consequences of the law must take its course upon them. Moving on to the next story. The leadership of the Hunters Group of Nigeria, Osun State Chapter, on Saturday vowed to rid forest in the states of bandits and criminals. Speaking with the Punch, the chairman of the group, Nureni Ahmed, said the resolve became stronger after a meeting with the ex-president Olusegun Obasanjo had with the national leadership of HGN in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Ahmed said Obasanjo was briefed by the national leader of the group, Joshua Osati Main, on the Hunters and Forest Security Service bill that has been passed by the National Assembly and awaiting presidential assent. He also said the meeting with Obasanjo was an indication of growing acceptance of hunters as a critical component of the nation's security apparatus by major stakeholders in the country. Ahmed said the meeting with the ex-president Obasanjo in Abeokuta was a morale booster for us. We were led to the meeting by the national leader of Hunters Group of Nigeria, Joshua Osati Main. Moving on to the next story on the national news from Ekiti State. Suspected gunmen who killed an operative of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Segun Ayebolu, had kidnapped 3 other persons on Saturday have demanded the sum of 30 million naira on those being held hostage. The NSCDC officer was gunned down along Oke-Aro-Irele Ekiti Road while traveling to his town in Ogbe, Kogi State, while 3 other occupants of the car conveying him were abducted. An uncle to the deceased told journalists in Ado Ekiti yesterday that the abductors contacted the family this evening yesterday and demanded 30 million naira to rescue the release of the victim. The 3 abductees were younger brother of the late NSCDC officer, 5-year-old child of the deceased, and 11-year-old child of the slain officer's elder brother, while 2 others in the car escaped. The call demanding 30 million naira. We heard the voices of the abductees with them. The younger brother of a slain NSCDC officer appealed to us from the kidnappers then that we should do urgently something for their release, that the way they are being treated and tortured is unbearable. On our side, the demand is on the high side. There is no way the family or even communities can raise such amount. So we are still negotiating that it should be brought down, he said. Moving on to Kaduna State, as primary and secondary schools resume across Kaduna State, many parents have vowed that their words will remain at home if necessary security arrangements are not put in place. A circular from Kaduna State Ministry of Education, signed by Adama Yahya, had ordered both private and public schools in the state to resume on September 4, 2022. But reacting to the circular, some parents vowed to resist such a move. The president of the Parent Teachers Association of Nigeria, PTAN, Alhaji Haruna Danjuma, and also on Sunday called on the federal government, state government, and heads of security agencies to deploy security personnel to strategic places. Madam Dorcas Salisu Umaru told Daily Post on Sunday evening that she was still going through the pains of her uncle's son, who was abducted from Bethel School in Maraba, Kaduna, as she paid some money to secure the freedom. Mr. Arunda James said he would never allow himself to be caught in the web. Before my children step into government technical college, I must go there, inspect facilities, security arrangement on ground. I cannot extend the lives of my children with education, he declared. You are watching the national news from BGI TV, and more to come is on the sports story. World record holder Toby Amuson dominated the women's 100-meter hurdles at the ISTAF 2022 Berlin meeting on Sunday, winning in time of 12.45 seconds. The meet is part of the World Athletic Continental Tour Silver Level Series. Amuson entered Sunday's race on the back of a second-place performance at the 2022 Lucerne Diamond League meeting last month, but said she was confident of bouncing back to the Olympic Stadium this weekend. The Nigerian standout got off to a strong start to build a sizable lead and then powered away to secure the victory at last. She hit the last hurdle and was pictured limping at the end of the race, even minutes after her celebrations. But the world champion revealed afterward that she was okay and is now looking forward to her next competition at the 2022 Wonder Diamond League final in Zurich later this week. American two-time world junior champion Tia Jones finished strongly over the closing barriers to take second place with a time of 12.58 seconds, while Olympic bronze medalist Megan Tapper of Jamaica was pushed back into third place in 12.66 seconds. That concludes the national news from BGI TV. Before we go, let's quickly have some major headlines. Buhari, northern governors encouraging crimes by pardoning terrorist bandits, Southeast stakeholders, declares. Osun hunters vow to rid forest of bandits. And on sports, Golden Girl Amuson wins Berlin meets. For more updates on YouTube, our handle is Baba Gbagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Gbagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Gbagede Imo _22. For advertisement of goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advertisements only. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rebila Lawa. Good afternoon.